Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen we're making some easy, delicious apple turnovers. So let's get started. First off, we're gonna peel 4 Granny Smith apples, although you could use your favorite baking apple. Granny Smith just has a lot of tart flavor that pairs really well with our sugar. Granny Smith apples are also really good at holding their shape and not getting mushy. Once your apples are peeled, we can dice them up. This recipe is so quick. It's like what you do when you want to have that apple pie flavor without the apple pie work and bake time. And today, to keep with that easy breezy nature, we're going to use store-bought puff pastry. It works really well in this recipe. If you wanted a challenge for some reason, you can follow my puff pastry video up here, showing you how to make it from scratch. You want to end up with 4 cups of diced apple flesh. That'll be between 3 and 4 apples. Pop that into a measuring cup as you go, or you can use a scale. Apple turnovers might seem like the most American thing ever, but they actually originated in France in the 1700s. They made their way over here, and in the early 20th century really became more popular. Still a delicious recipe that is just so nice in the fall when it's apple season and you want those nice cozy flavors without the amount of work an apple pie requires. Not that apple pies are daunting, but they have a longer bake time, a longer cool time. So basically you make an apple pie in the morning and enjoy it in the evening, as opposed to this, which is, make it and it's done and edible within an hour. 4 cups later, that's just about 500 grams of apples. Once your apples are all prepped up, grab 2 tablespoons of butter, could be unsalted or salted if you want an extra salty finish. And we're gonna place this into a large pan over medium heat. While the butter melts, you can go ahead and grab your brown sugar. You'll need half a cup of it later on. It's nice to have things prepped out so you're not frantic when things are sizzling and burning. Half a cup brown sugar, it could be light or dark. That's 110 grams. By the way, if you like my videos, hit that subscribe button. There's 2 new recipes and shorts every single week. My butter's melted, so let's add those diced apples in. Cook the apples for a few minutes, stirring frequently. After a few minutes, my apples have softened slightly, so it's time to add that half cup of brown sugar in, along with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You could add a little bit more if you want. And 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. If you wanted to, you could add other spices you enjoy. A little bit of nutmeg, a dash of ginger, some allspice, some cardamom. Any of those would work. I would go with a 1/4 teaspoon of any of those. Give this a stir now. We want all of these delicious things well combined. And we're gonna cook this down for 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your cooktop, until the apples are softened and they're looking nice and syrupy. This, by the way, so good with ice cream. You could skip the puff pastry and just have this with ice cream and maybe a cookie or 2. Delicious. My apples are looking nice and syrupy, softened appropriately, so it's time to add 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Just sprinkle it in. You could even use a little sifter if you want. And don't forget to reduce to low. Sprinkle it in. And stir in the cornstarch. We're gonna cook this on low until the juices are thickened and boiling. It's about a minute. Bubbled, thickened. I'm taking this off heat right now, and we can transfer this to a bowl so it can cool down. We cannot add this hot filling into our puff pastry. It would melt and you'd be sad. Okay, into the bowl, along with all the juices you can capture. One of the hacks is that you could use store-bought pie filling. Please don't hurt my heart like that. This tastes 1 trillion times better than anything store-bought, and it's really easy. It's actually fun to make. We're gonna let this cool down for 15 minutes and then refrigerate it for 30. If you want it to go faster, you can spread the filling out into a thin layer so it has more surface area with which to cool. Towards the end of your chill time, preheat your oven to 400 Fahrenheit so it's screaming hot. And you'll also want to pull your puff pastry out of the freezer so it begins to thaw. Maybe 5 to 10 minutes. It needs to be cool, but not hard. My apples are chilled. My puff pastry is thawed, and I'm going to carefully unfold it. Oh, it's torn. I think I can fix it. If it's torn, it's probably okay. Tap, 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 pinch, 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 pinch. Pinch, pinch, pinch. We're gonna roll this into a 12-inch square. And as usual, keep everything moving. Okay, all rolled out. Let's see. It doesn't have to be exactly 12 inches, by the way. It's not a big deal. This isn't rocket science. It's an apple turnover. All right, we're gonna cut this right down the middle and do it again. Now I have 4 equal squares to which I can add some filling and turn them over once I've made an egg wash. 1 teaspoon of water, 1 egg into a small bowl. Mix it up. This will be the glue that holds our turnover together, as well as the shiny covering that makes it golden. I have 2 rimmed baking sheets with parchment paper. I'm gonna transfer my first square over here. Brush the edges of your square with egg wash now. Gather a few tablespoons of your apple pie filling. Plop that just off center. And now you're going to turn it over. He said the title. Press down gently just to seal the edge. And now you can use a fork and crimp the edge. If I'm a bit hyper, pardon, I had some coffee just now. There we go, look at that. 1 down, 7 to go. Just continue brushing the edges, filling them up. And if you're concerned about portioning an equal amount of filling into each turnover, lay them all out, divide it equally, and you can move it around. Otherwise, your last turnover will either be super overfilled, just right, or underfilled. Well, those are the 3 options. There are many ways to finish the edge of your turnover. This is a quick and rustic and easy way, but if you want to be fancy, have at it. Just try and match the edges up, so you might want to do some tugging. Once your first 4 are done, repeat the rolling, cutting, folding, etc. for the next sheet. Instead of a fork, you could use a spoon and have like a scallop-shaped crimp as well. Very easy, and it has a different visual interest. Let me know in the comments if you think this is cute or sad. No, don't be mean in the comments. I don't like that. For visual interest, I'm using my spoon just to gouge out a little half circle. Have fun and be creative. You could also try your pie crimping methods, like using your fingers, for a crimped effect. Last turnover. And now we can give our turnovers a brush of egg wash. Remember, your puff pastry is not sweetened a little bit, not at all. So we are gonna want to sprinkle some sugar on top so you have a nice crunchy finish. And we're also gonna wanna make a lovely glaze. You could do that with just some powdered sugar and milk. You could add some vanilla. You could use some cinnamon, or you can do my favorite, which I highly recommend, and use lemon juice. I'll show you this later on. Last turnover, you just want to get full coverage so everything is uniformly golden and beautiful on the top. The bottom's gonna be whatever. Now you can grab sanding, granulated, or demerara sugar and sprinkle it over the top. Sanding sugar is just jumbo granulated sugar. It's a little bit bigger, more sparkle, more crunch. We're also gonna cut some slits for venting. Otherwise, the puffing might be a bit haphazard. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. When I started and I was doing turnovers for Instagram and for YouTube, I would get so stressed out by the slits. Like, oh, they have to look perfect. They don't have to look perfect. This will be covered up with glaze, no one's gonna see them. These guys are ready to go into the oven, 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 18 to 20 minutes or until golden and puffed. In the meantime, we're gonna make that easy, delicious glaze. In you go. While your turnovers are baking, let's make an easy glaze. 3/4 cup of powdered sugar right into a medium bowl. And we need 1 tablespoon of liquid of your choice. Now, you could use milk, which I find a little boring. You could use some milk, some vanilla, which I find slightly more interesting. Or you can go lemon. I love lemon and apples together. One of my favorite things. And if you like, you could have a dash of vanilla, you could have some cinnamon, some cardamom. It's totally up to you. You could have used Bailey's instead of any of these things. Or even rum. Remember, whenever you make a glaze, it's gonna look like nonsense, and then it comes together. So just do not add too much liquid right away. You gotta be patient. See, looks horrible, looks horrible, looks horrible. Oh, it's amazing. A whisk is not your best friend here. A fork or a spoon actually would have been better. But it's okay, we'll make it work. Right now we have a very thick glaze. You could squeeze that through a piping tip, or we can add some more liquid. And just like that, we have a much more manageable glaze. We're ready to drizzle. Once you're happy with your consistency, you are ready to drizzle. You can use anything you'd like, spoon, you could use your whisk like I am, and just get some nice coverage. It's a little taste of sweetness. Your apple turnovers will last about 4 days in the fridge or up to a month in the freezer after baking. Or you can freeze the unbaked ones for up to 3 months and then bake from frozen. This way you can have a batch of 8 ready and bake them off as you want a sweet treat. If you're baking from frozen, the bake time will increase about 5 to 10 minutes. Just keep an eye on them. And just like that, your apple turnovers are ready to enjoy. That's crisp and crunchy, gooey, perfectly sweet, and filled to the brim with apple flavor. Oh, I hope you get a chance to make this easy and delicious recipe. And if you like my videos, hit that subscribe button and check out my apple playlist.